Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, while you guys are entering the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Thank you guys for being here. Shout out to the family. We here, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. How y'all doing on this evening? Salute. I see the family in the chat. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Ladies and gentlemen, you know why I'm here. I know why you here. And it's time to get to work, ladies and gentlemen. We got work to do. Get in here now. Get in here now, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I really appreciate you guys. It's an honor to host you guys on this evening. We got a lot of things that we have to discuss, family. We have a lot of things that we have to discuss on this evening. These people are trying their hardest to cover up this case, right? They scrambling all over the place. They are not honoring their deals. They sending threats. But the number one question that we have yet to get answers to is, what happened to Nolan? Nolan Wells' parents are getting attacked. The Mississippi authorities don't want to be transparent. The low IQ community have already made up their minds, so it's a waste of time to try to convince them of anything, ladies and gentlemen. We are not here to try to please anybody's emotions. We are here for one thing only, to get justice for our people, to get justice for Nolan Wells, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's all. I don't care about what no other demographic feel about this belt to ass that we are putting on these people. I don't care. We are on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. Shout out to the family. So the district attorney came out, family, and stated that Christine has 48 hours to surrender the phone, right? But what the district attorney failed to mention was the family have already made an agreement with them in their office about giving up the phone, but it has to be all hands on deck. That's what the district attorney failed to realize. So she want to come out with this letter and trying to make it seem like Christine don't want to hand over the phone. Once they made a deal, which I am going to prove in this live stream, now all of a sudden she's backtracking her deal. Now she don't want to have Christine's attorney, the FBI. They want to be the only people that examine his phone. Absolutely not. That's not how this works, ladies and gentlemen. That's not how this works. These people are trying their hardest to sweep this case under the rug. They got the autopsy. We still don't know what happened to Nolan. They got the toxicology. We still don't know what happened to Nolan. Nobody has been arrested. And word on the street, now they want to treat this case like a crime. Because at first, everybody just running with the narrative, no foul play, Nolan Wells drowned. Those white devils are just innocent victims, and we are just picking on them for no reason. They love their friend. They raising money on the behalf of Nolan Wells' name, paying for attorneys, gaining monetary gain from this situation, but they don't know shit. I find that very fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. I find it very fascinating. Nolan Wells is no longer the victim anymore. Those devils are the victims. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here on this evening. But before we get into the district attorney and, you know, with her backtracking and flip-flopping and, you know, she's trying to, you know, insist with covering up this case, allegedly. I don't know. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact, but hey, I'm just going to call it how it is. But the first thing I want to discuss, family, is this CETO call, right? This audio that's circling around social media, right? You got Bart Simpson, attorney, out here saying that the audio was doctored, it was fake, it was made up. Everybody saying that it was fake, and we did not hear what we heard, ladies and gentlemen, right? Our ears are deceiving us, and our sister Janetta made it all up. She doctored the audio, ladies and gentlemen. She doctored the audio. That's what they want to believe. Okay? So let's go over here to our sister Janetta. She just did another interview, you know, discussing her experience and, you know, the backlash and the different things that she has been receiving, even threats of a lawsuit from Bart Simpson, attorney, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
The fact that you asked what part of the audio stood out the most, it was a part that really made my stomach hurt. I had to take a break from it mentally, is when I heard one of the ladies on the boat ask the question, can we cover it up? And then another one responded, oh, I thought all about that. It was the blatant privilege, I should say, that came behind those statements, the thoughts that came behind those statements. Again, I never blamed anybody by name. I don't know who's responsible. I just know that I feel like they're all aware of what actually happened to Nolan.
And that's true. And for Brandon Tatum to come out here and say that this woman accused anybody of doing any wrongdoing, when she first dropped that video about her doing the enhanced part of the audio, she didn't say what she heard. She just left it up for the public to come up with their own interpretation. She didn't give her opinion. She didn't accuse nobody of doing nothing. All she did was enhance the audio and allow us, the viewers, to come up with our own conclusion. But now she's being under attack, right? They bringing up her background, her arrest record, anything possible to try to discredit this woman. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, she was not the only one that enhanced the audio. Several audio engineers enhanced the audio, but she's the one that's getting targeted. Nancy Grace stated on her platform that her engineer enhanced the audio. Ain't nobody saying nothing about her engineer. Ain't nobody checking her background. Ain't nobody looking up, has she been arrested or he been arrested? But all of a sudden, when our sister Janetta come out here and do the Lord's work, now all of a sudden she got to get backlash. She got to be discredited. Everybody calling her unprofessional. I know y'all mad.
The fact that the question was even posed, can we cover it up? Yeah, I thought all about that. It's disheartening. It's disgusting. It's everything wrong. To everybody that's going just as hard as we're going, keep doing it. Like, let's keep our foot on their necks. Like, the intimidation and the scare tactics, it won't work. We will not be silenced. We all want to know what happened to Nolan. And no matter
Absolutely.
what, that audio, which has never been altered, it's never been fake, it speaks volumes to this entire situation.
It speaks volumes to this entire situation. And they know that. They know that. That's how we even heard about Bart. That's why Bart coming out of nowhere, you know, with an attorney, he ran down there to the sheriff department, giving up 20 names. And that Cito audio was the only reason why Jax and Morgan decided to reveal themselves, ladies and gentlemen, because Warren was the first person to do an interview, not Jax, not Morgan, Warren. But now when the Cito audio was released, now they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And I find it very suspicious that Wyatt, the person that was actually on the Cito dispatch call, have yet to make a public appearance. Where are you, Wyatt? We are looking for you. Where's your brother that was allegedly having an altercation with somebody on that island? We need you to come forward. You was the one that was on that call acting like you don't know how much water on the boat. You was the one that was on that call talking about that y'all are going down and y'all are sinking, when clearly that was a lie. That was a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Quan coming in with the $2 super chat. Jack said it even if he is talking to our buddy X. Yeah. Buddy this, buddy that. Right? Now they can't even say Wyatt's name. They can't say Bart name. I'm telling you, somebody's going to crack. Somebody's going to crack. Bart Simpson got his own attorney. Those three devils got their own attorney. And I'm pretty sure Wyatt and his little brother got his attorney. And another reason why I believe that Wyatt is not coming forward to speak publicly, and his little brother, because that Snapchat message that was released of Wyatt's little brother allegedly stating that black people are worthless and black people are just making ish up and we don't know what we talking about. So there's your racism, Brandon Tatum. There's your racism.
I want everybody to know, like, we are all in this together. I'm seeing unity amongst multicultural aspects of it. We have white people using their platforms and voicing the wrongdoing. I've seen Asians, I've seen Hispanic, I've seen everyone from under the sun speaking up about this. And I just want to encourage everybody to continue doing that. We heard what we heard. We won't be gaslighted. We won't shut up. Like, we won't back down. Like, let's just keep doing it. Like that, just hearing that broke my heart.
Well, there's a lot of people.
We won't be silenced. We heard what we heard, ladies and gentlemen. We heard what we heard. You heard our sister Janetta. That audio speaks violence, and they want this audio to go away. That's why they are going out of their way to try to discredit this audio. It's fake. It's doctored. It's AI. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, family. These people are not used to getting held accountable for anything that they do. It's always deflection. It's always lying. It's always shifting the narrative, shifting the blame. But when we stand 10 toes down and we stand on business and we put that belt to ass, they don't know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. They don't know what to do. So we going to do exactly what our sister Janella just said and to keep applying pressure. Yeah, we're going to keep talking about this case every single day. That's what y'all don't want. And now all of a sudden the district attorney coming out and saying, we need the phone now in 48 hours this week. Hold on, ma'am. That ain't how you conduct business, ma'am. You don't just come out of nowhere and just issue a statement talking about some bring me the phone in 48 hours after we already had a deal. And my question to the district attorney, while you out here making demands, how about you do your own investigation in this audio? Everybody that's discrediting the audio family, everybody that's talking about the audio, that's saying it's fake, it's doctored. How about you get the audio and you hire your own private audio engineer and you enhance it? You know why nobody have done it? Even Brandon Tatum said, I was going to get my person to do it, but he just came up with an excuse. Because you know exactly what we heard. And nobody is addressing, damn it, Bart. Oh, my God. Is he dead? Nobody is addressing it. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team who are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's go.
People that are with you. There are a lot of people that are advocating for this case, and there's a lot of people, and we won't stop until we see justice. We need transparency with this case, and we won't stop talking about it until we get the transparency we need. I think that anybody, and I have 3 kids, I understand what the mother wants. And rather than attacking their careers or your careers or anything, just give us the information so we can make a logical conclusion and we can close all of this. That's all. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy. It's simple. It's simple.
But the thing is, they don't want to be transparent with us. They don't want to give us what we want. They don't want to address the things that we are presenting to the public. All they're doing is name calling, discrediting, attacking. That's all they're doing. They're attacking Janetta. They're attacking Christine and Nolan Wells' family. They're sending their Sambo class, right? Those black tokens out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi, to try to turn the temperature down with black people telling us, hey, we are a tight-knit community. Why are y'all accusing these good old white folks of doing anything to Nolan Wells? Nolan hanging around a bunch of white people. It's a reason why he was hanging around white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to shift the narrative. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Nothing y'all have tried this far have knocked us off our path. We are extremely focused. We are locked in. We are dialed in, trying to figure out what happened to our little brother, Nolan Wells. Stop playing with us.
I'm so tired of all of these baseless threats. If y'all are really that bold and that courageous, say her name.
Yeah, and this is Russell Latino, the attorney that's being hired by Bart Simpson, out here sending threats towards Janetta, but he's not saying it directly. He's doing it indirectly. You know how these cowards do. They very passive aggressive. They don't want to stand on business because they don't have a case. They just want to silence Janetta. They want to silence black media. They want to silence black content creators because we are exposing their corruption.
We know who you're referring to. We know who you're talking about. And you not saying her name is not going to save you from any claims that comes from this. The audio was legit, and you know it. If you really feel that the audio wasn't legit, considering that we've actually shown her source, in which was WLOX News, why aren't you going to bat with them?
And that's my issue. She showed exactly where she got the audio from. She did a whole video, family, of her whole entire process. She got the audio from the news networks and she placed it in her software and she broke it down piece by piece. She didn't use any enhancements like AI or any doctor material. She showed you what she was doing. And these people still trying their hardest to discredit this sister.
If I were an attorney, that's exactly what I would do. If the audio that I believe is fake and or doctored and this person proved exactly their process and where they got it from, I would then start tackling where they got it from. But you're not going to do that. You're not that brave.
That's true, Terry. If everybody heard Bart's name, they heard everything else. But you know the thing, Terry, nobody even want to acknowledge that they heard Bart's name. They don't want to acknowledge nothing. And this is how I know they heard exactly what we heard on that audio, because Brandon Tatum has yet to even address what he heard. All he did was just tell us that we lying. Yeah, I didn't hear none of the things that these people are saying that they heard. Okay, Bussy Tatum, of course you're going to say that, but how about you tell us what you heard? Crickets. He didn't tell us, because they heard exactly what we heard. And while those three devils are over there on Brandon Tatum's platform talking about if we unalive Nolan, why would we call Cito? Everybody was perfectly fine. Everybody was calm during this picture. You didn't hear nothing going on. Okay, Warren. Can you explain? Damn it, Bart. Can you just explain? We're not even going to talk about, oh my God, Nolan, is he dead? No, Nolan. Let's not even talk about the rest of the things that we heard in this audio. Why didn't Brandon Tatum ask him, hey, what did you hear in the audio? Can you let us know what did you hear? Is anything credible or true that the public is, coming up with, or what they heard in the audio? He didn't ask no questions about the audio. No question at all. Just provided a picture and a video saying that nothing could have possibly happened. Look at this picture.
You don't have the courage to go after the likes of the WLOX News. That's why you're targeting and you're tackling social media. That's why you're going after content creators, thinking that the mentioning of the consequences and all of these other things that you have yet to prove is going to put fear into us, but you're not scaring us.
Not at all. You are not scaring the warrior class at all, family. We are not scared. I don't know why they keep thinking that. I think that they believe that we are cowards like them, because they are cowards. They can't stand on the truth. They can't stand on business. They understand when we come together and we are united like this, we are unstoppable and we cannot be broken. You can't run us away with some lawsuits claims and some shaming tactics and name calling. That's not going to y'all stupid as hell.
If anything, you're just exposing how weak of a position that you're in.
Yep.
You're online arguing with content creators because you're struggling to prove your client's innocence.
Exactly. They are struggling to prove their innocence. That's why they want to come after content creators. That's why they are attacking content creators, because none of these attorneys, families, by the way, are going to any mainstream media platforms. We don't see Russell Latino going to Fox News or ABC or C. He's not going nowhere. He's going to YouTube. He's going to content creators, addressing content creators. They are going to Brandon Tatum, Nancy Grace. I find that very hilarious of you attorneys that want to claim yourself being professional.
You're trying to poke holes in a transcript because you can't debate the audio, claiming that transcript told people what to hear. That transcript didn't tell people what to hear, just like you're not going to tell people what to think. And
exactly. And that's what Brandon Tatum, that's his whole narrative, that this transcript told us, just by us looking at the transcript, family, the transcript, right, told us that we heard, damn it, Bart. Well, I tested that theory, right? I played you guys the audio without the transcript, and we heard exactly the same thing. If it was something else, I'm just not going to make up nothing out my head just to try to prove a case. I want to be as transparent, as truthful as possible. I haven't presented no fabrication on my channel. I don't just bring y'all no fluff, nothing like that. I bring y'all the information, and me and the family, we discussed it. We heard what we heard. That's not going to change, Mr. Latino. That's not going to change. How about you allow your client to come forward, do an interview, and explain the Cito call? How about that? Can you do that? Can you convince, damn it, Bart, to come forward and address why was they calling his name during that Cito call?
Just as there are people that defend and believe that we heard what we heard within that audio, there are thousands of people that do not. You're one of them. Actually think about the shit y'all say before you say it. We are not changing our position. We are standing by what we feel as if it's right because we think it's right. I don't care if I have to pay it back in blood like my ancestors did. I'm saying justice for Nolan Wells, justice for Malachi Lancaster, justice for Tamla Horsford, justice for Kendrick Johnson, justice for Jelani Day, justice for Rasheen Carter, justice for every black and brown person whose lives were slain by the hands of the unlawful, the unrighteous, and the privileged. I'm so tired.
Man, shout out to this sister right here, putting belt to ass, and especially that Horford case out there in Georgia when that black woman was at that house, this adult sleepover with like 10 white women, and all of a sudden her body is laid face down in the backyard. She fell out of a window. She just threw herself out the window, and everybody that was in that house don't know what happened. All of those white women that was at this sleepover and the one black person wind up dead. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody know nothing. Nolan Wells going on a boat trip with all these white people, surrounded by white people on the island, all his white friends, everybody make it home that night. Everybody traveled back home that night. Only one person lost their life that day. Nolan Wells. Don't nobody know nothing. Trey Reed goes to Delta State University. He registered for college. 30 days later, his body is found in a tree. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Don't nobody know nothing. Okay. All right.
I think it's hilarious how no matter how many facts I post surrounding this case, no matter how many videos I share of the adults involved speaking for themselves, and no matter how closely I stick to their own words, I'm still met with weightless threats, harassment, racist attacks, and passive-aggressive slugs about our Gibson goes. So let me...
You know why, sis? Let me help you out. Let me help you out, sis. Don't worry. I got you. Your brother got you. The reason why they are slandering you and attacking you, because you have lift the covers up. You have lift the veils up over Ocean Springs and their cover up. Because think about this, Janetta. Everybody had the opportunity to enhance the audio. Nobody wanted to enhance the audio. Janetta had to be the first person that come forward, right? The black woman, by the way, of course. She had to be the first person to come forward and enhance the audio and explain to us the process, because she knew what the backlash was going to be. She knew it. She knew what the backlash going to be. So she showed us exactly the process in 4K. She got a video on her Instagram of how she enhanced the audio. She showed us the process and showed us that she did not do anything malicious or nefarious to this audio. And this woman still getting attacked. And I'm kind of confused, sis, how you don't understand why you're receiving backlash. I understand why you're receiving backlash, because these are demonic animals. They don't like the truth. How dare you, Janetta, enhance this audio and trying to find out what happened to Nolan? How dare you? That's why you are getting met with pushback. Because you expose the lies. You expose the truth. The moment you enhance that audio, all of a sudden, everybody is running around with like a chicken with their head cut off. Everybody ran and got an attorney quick as heck. No, Bart didn't have no attorney. When Janetta exposed this audio, Bart said, God damn, let me go get me a goddamn attorney. Yeah, they heard my name. The jig is up. The jig is up. Shout out to AQ coming in with the $2 super chat. They are agreement breakers. Are we surprised? I'm not surprised at all, AQ. I'm not surprised at all.
Let me clear something up again, and it's probably going to be my last time. I did not isolate that audio for clout, clicks, views, fame, or money. I had absolutely no idea it would go viral. I isolated the audio because I was concerned about what I thought I heard in the background of that call. And before I ever posted it, Ash and I discussed the possibility of confirmation bias because I'm fully aware that when you think you hear something, your brain can sometimes influence what you continue to hear.
Right.
I'm well aware of that.
That's true.
But that is exactly why I cleaned and isolated the audio to begin with, because I wanted clarity. I wanted to know if I was tripping. So when I got that clarity, I was shocked, like a lot of others who were shocked.
You right, Ray Ray. You are exactly correct, Ray Ray. She turned on the kitchen lights.
Before I even did it. So I posted my interpretation of what I heard and asked everybody else to listen for themselves and come to their own conclusions. I didn't tell anybody what they had to hear. And to my surprise, tens of thousands of people said they already heard the same things before I ever isolated it.
Exactly, because I heard everything before she even isolated the audio. Before Janetta enhanced the audio, we heard all that chaos in the background. But Warren, Jax, and Morgan and Brandon Tatum is trying to convince people that that still video of them standing there doing the mannequin challenge is the exact moment of the Cito audio call. After we heard two females screaming and yelling, saying, "Oh my God, Nolan," all that's going on in the background. This is how you know that that photo do not represent what was going on in that Cito call. Because in that photo, family, which I am going to show you guys in just a minute, this guy, Wyatt, was so distracted to the point where he wasn't even listening to the dispatch call, family. You remember, she was asking him questions. She asked him, how much water is in the boat? Is it ankle level? I don't know. We just going down. How many adults is on the boat, Wyatt? There's no adults. She said, is anybody over the age of 18? He said, yes, nobody is over the age of 21. She didn't ask you that, stupid. So all of this is going on. In that picture, it looked like he was super focused on that phone call. That is staged, ladies and gentlemen. That photo is staged. That photo is not real. That photo is cap.
Stop the cap.
It's not real. Stop playing with us. We're not dumb. And you're mad because we are cracking the case. We are solving the case.
Then came the lies about me. People started claiming I created the audio, that I added 20 extra seconds somehow, that I manipulated it, that I used AI. I must have knew these people's voices and just added their voices and these names. I did not. I isolated the channels and removed the music from the caller side so the background noise, voices, and commotion could be heard more clearly. I did not use any AI or any AI-based product to do it. My entire purpose was to better hear what was already present in the audio and determine whether I thought I heard was actually there. That's it. Then came the cyber attacks, racist trolls, harassment, threats, people attempting to discredit me personally instead of actually addressing the actual questions surrounding this case.
They don't want to ask the question, sis. They don't want to ask these questions. They don't give a damn about the questions and what happened to Nolan. Their only objective is to silence us and run us away from this case because we are getting closer and closer and closer to the truth. That's why we got those devils out there doing interviews, because they have to address what we talking about over here, right? Because if we were just pulling shit out of our ass, trust me, family, if we were just making stuff up like they trying to make it seem like, Judge Cole would have never allowed Warren to do an interview. Better yet, she would have never allowed Warren to do a second interview. His attorneys would have never allowed them to do an interview if we just making stuff up. This is how you know this entire narrative that they are trying to come up with, it's all falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. It's all falling apart. That's why they trolling our sister. That's why they trying to discredit our sister. Because like my sister Ray Ray said in the chat, they turned the lights on in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen.
But on the flip side, there were people who genuinely wanted to support Ash and me. And then someone online actually created a GoFundMe on our behalf. And then that same night it was denied. And after people continued asking how they could support us, Ash created the Give Single. That is why it exists. It was not created to capitalize off of Nolan Wells or his family. It was literally created because people insisted on supporting us after seeing what we were dealing with.
Right.
Our lives have changed.
Ain't nothing wrong. I supported their gifts and goes, by the way. But the thing is, they not really mad about their gifts and go. Janetta, that's not why they mad. Because how are y'all mad at Janetta for her gifts and go? How are y'all mad at Christine and the family for their GoFundMe? But them devils can make a GoFundMe when they are already come from money. They already privileged. These people own boats. They got they live behind the ocean. They live in mansions. Warren's father out here talking about he got $50,000 reward money, and these people are raising almost $200,000 to pay for their attorney fees. They got no problem with them making a gifts and go, but when black people make a gifts and go because the family want to support them, all of a sudden, oh, this is about money. This is about a come up. These people are trying to grift. These people love pocket watching us. I told you, just like in the Carmelo Anthony's case, we ran up their GoFundMe to almost $1 million. We are running up Christine's GoFundMe over $1 million. That's what we do. We are going to continue to show up and show out for our people when they are in need, and it's nothing that y'all can do.
Drastically. Like, we've lost work opportunities and dealt with harassment and attacks because we continue asking questions and seeking answers. So at this point, we also have to consider our personal safety and security. But one thing that has not changed, we want to know what happened to Nolan Wells.
That's all we want to know. Family, do y'all know that's all we want to know? That's the only question that we have been asking since day one. But the sheriff department and the district attorney office refused to be transparent with us. The autopsy is complete. The toxicology is complete. If Nolan Wells just drowned like y'all want to make it seem like, why are you passing it over to the grand jury? Just come out here and say that he drowned. If that's the case, because all these people have already made up their mind that Nolan Wells drowned, there's no foul play. And if those devils would have came forward from the jump, from day one, and been vocal and standing next to Christine and trying to be more visible to the public, nobody would be suspicious of their behavior. All of these things that's magically, appearing out of thin air almost 2 months in is very suspicious to me, because we've been asking about what happened to Nolan since day one. That's been our sentiment. Nothing else. Y'all decided to seal the case and leave the public out of the investigation. Okay, cool. Now information are being leaked from the department down there, but the district attorney don't want to address that. The district attorney don't want to address that. But now she want to make demands of Christine handing over the phone, but she don't want to address that CETO audio. How about y'all do y'all own research into the audio? Shout out to Diva coming in with the $2 super chat. She exposed what they were trying to hide. True MVP. You ain't lying about that, Diva. She is the true MVP.
We want answers. We want justice for Nolan. So the threats, the intimidation, racism, scare tactics don't silence us.
Nope.
If anything, they strengthen our determination to keep asking questions and following the facts wherever they lead. We will not be intimidated into silence, period.
Period.
And to every single person who has donated, supported us, defended us, shared information, or simply encouraged us to keep going, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you more than you know. But everybody else, I need y'all to understand something clearly.
Tell them.
We are not giving up.
No.
Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon. So if our continued pursuit of answers bothers you,
let's go.
Get used to it.
Hey! Shout out to our sister Janetta, standing on business. Like I be saying every day on this live stream, family, This is how you know that we are connected. This is how you know the ancestors are working through us. We sound just alike. I told you we will not be silenced. We would not run away. And we are standing on business, right? We have our armor on, our war boots on, and we are ready to go to war. We are bulletproof. So all of your attacks, right? All of your insults, all the racist rants, all the racist comments and DMs and messages is not going to do anything with the chosen ones. Come on now, stop playing with us. We are standing on business. And like I said yesterday, family live stream, you would think that they get the picture by now. These people are trying their best to silence us. They think that their cyberbullying is going to stop the work over here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Our foot is on y'all neck, and it's not stopping until we find out what happened to our brother, Nolan Wells. So the only opportunity that y'all got down there in Ocean Springs is to be truthful, be transparent, because I know somebody gonna get ready to crack. And to the people that's out there, that know what happened to Nolan, that was a witness of what happened to Nolan, I advise you to come forward, because you don't want to live with this guilt for the rest of your life. You want to be able to live a prosperous and fulfilling life and not walk around with that guilt inside of you, knowing what happened to our brother Nolan Wells. It's already $125,000 reward money out there. You might as well go get that money. You might as well go get that money. Get that money and move out of Ocean Springs, start you a new life. But do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you got to do. But we just heard our sister Janetta, and I want to go through this audio one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, because I want to make them mad. Let's go through this audio again. And as you guys see in this picture, right? You remember during the audio call, ladies and gentlemen, that Wyatt was so distracted with what was going on, he wouldn't even answer questions. It was long pauses, right? Every time she asked him a question, he like, hello, yeah, sure. And he's talking to people in the background. But when you look at this picture, it looked like he's so focused on the phone call. He's serious. His hand on the steering wheel. And this dumbass idiot just standing there, just looking like, yeah, I got to make sure that I'm looking serious right here. Let me put my hands on the rail and just, okay. All right, go ahead. Take the picture.
You can see that I have the CTO channel completely muted.
Let's get the likes up, family. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It's an honor to host the family on this evening. It's an honor to be amongst all this black excellence, this black greatness. Shout out to the family. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's go.
So we're only listening to the callers. Then I go through and simply raise the volume of all of the chatter we hear at the beginning of the call.
And this is somebody else, family, that enhanced the audio. This is not Janetta's work. And you guys tell me what you heard.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the f*** up!
Shut. Bro, I gotta play that back then.
Shut up! Shut the f*** up!
Bro, that damn it, Bart. That shut the F up, damn it, Bart. Let me play it back one more time.
Shut up! Shut the f*** up!
Who is that? That's what I want to know. Hey, Warren, can you do another interview for us, please? Hey, Brandon Tatum, because I know they're not going to come over here with Gentleman Den and the family. I know that. Can y'all set up another interview? Because I know y'all going to do another one because y'all thirsty for attention and y'all want to raise more money with y'all GoFundMe over there off our brother name, by the way. But all the people that's trying to discredit this audio and tell us that this is doctored and we are not hearing what we heard, can Warren Jax Morgan Can any one of those devils please explain to us who was yelling at who in this video? This picture does not align with the Cito audio call. But this is what they thought they was going to do, family. They thought they was going to Jedi mind trick us. Show us this picture, hoping that we can come up with the conclusion like, oh, okay, these just some white guys standing around looking stupid. Wyatt is right there with his hand on the steering wheel looking serious, like he's on the phone with Cito, and this dumb idiot white boy over here with the pink shorts on, grabbing beers out the cooler. Oh, okay.
Susan.
But he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back with Katie. And we'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally going to be right behind y'all, whatever. So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, he's just going to go with Katie, whatever.
So Wyatt and all of them left. They saying that we are just going to go with Katie or whatever. Wait just a moment, right? Wait just a minute. And y'all already know that Katie was on that boat. But everybody want to act like they don't know Katie. And y'all heard this young lady right here stated that Wyatt said they was going to go with Katie or whatever. I thought y'all didn't know Katie. I thought y'all said Nolan wanted to stay behind with some girl, but Katie was on the boat with y'all leaving the island. So which one is it? Which one is it? How was Nolan expected to stay behind on the island with Katie when Katie was on the boat with y'all? Let's play it back.
Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, he's just gonna go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in and we were all at Ava's house. And
they was all at Ava's house. They said that they were just going to go back with Katie. He was just going to go back with Katie. Wyatt and them said that. But the thing is, Warren, y'all said y'all didn't know Katie. So why would Wyatt expect Nolan to stay behind with this girl that y'all don't know? And y'all got text messages back and forth with this girl. And we seen on the Snapchat pictures that she was on a boat with Bart. Allegedly. That's what it seems like. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact.
And Wyatt was like, where's Nolan? He was like, isn't he coming with Katie and them? And they were like, yeah. And Warren was like, let me call him and ask where he is. Or Warren was like, I have his phone. Like, somebody call Katie and ask where he is. And then they called Katie.
So Warren asks somebody call Katie and see where Katie is. Why are y'all looking for Nolan if y'all knew Nolan was with Katie? But the thing that y'all failed to realize, Warren, that Katie was on the boat riding back with Bart. That's the thing. She was on the boat. He was not with Katie. This is where y'all lie is falling short at. Katie was on the boat with y'all riding back home to the party.
And that's when they found out that that Nolan never went with her either. She said that Nolan never went with her, and so no one knows what happened. Like, literally no one knows what happened to him, and it's so fucking heartbreaking. It's sick that people are sitting there blaming that on Eric and all them. Like his childhood best friends, like it's sick. And none of them would ever do that to him. And like, people are literally texting me, like threatening me and shit. It's like, I don't know, it's just so upsetting.
Exactly, Patrice, that Katie girl. Like, they trying to act like they don't know Katie. That's what their whole objective was trying to act like they did not know Katie. That girl was some girl. They didn't even want to say her name. But they want us to believe, family, that at this exact moment, during the Cito audio call, this was going on. And I believe, in my opinion, right? Can you guys really look at this moment right here? She is bending down, not reaching for any damn thing. I believe that this photo is staged, by the way. This photo is staged. She bending down for a reason so we can't see her face. This guy is turning his head so we can't see his face. Warren is standing in front of this other female to make sure that we can't see her face. This is not a random video of someone getting towed, because they are getting towed, allegedly, that's what they saying in their words, they are getting towed by Bart in this photo. So why in the hell, if y'all getting towed, is Warren dumbass still on the phone with Cito? This look like this look like some shit that's supposed to be on Broadway. These people are really performing for Broadway. Okay, check this out. You been down on the boat, act like you grabbing some. You hold on to the bar. Your stupid ass just stand up in the way of the rope. Because look at this dude. Why are you standing up on this boat? And Warren is trying to get the rope on or pull it out the boat. Everybody's just standing around looking dumb as hell. Explain it to me. Explain that to me. All what we heard, damn it, Bart, shut the F up. None of this is going on in this audio clip, this video clip. But what Brandon Tatum can do to try to shut us up, right? All he got to do is provide audio from this video, because he got it. He stated in his words on his platform that he's seen and heard the entire video. He heard the entire video. So that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get the likes up. I believe so too, Diva. I believe that picture was not on July 4th. Because if it was on July 4th, just give us the timestamps. Give us the metadata. Show the entire video. Better yet, show us the video with the audio. Because y'all deliberately released that picture and video. That video with no audio. Why not the audio? Why we can't hear the audio? Y'all coming out here making claims that this is the exact moment of the Cito call. And Brandon Tatum position is, I did not show the entire video because other people wasn't involved. That's a stupid ass excuse. We are in 2026, Brandon Tatum. You can blur out people's faces. You can block out people's faces and whole bodies in videos now. Like, stop playing dumb. You have a editing team that could have blocked people out. It's a reason why you didn't show the entire video. So now, family, let's get into the district attorney and sending threats to Christine family, right? It says attorneys from Nolan Wells family says they're ready to examine his phone, but they're waiting on Jackson County district attorney to set the date. And this video was before the district attorney came out and stated that they need to cough up the phone. They need to surrender the phone within 48 hours, and they cannot bring in no outsiders, just them. Because everybody out here running with the narrative that Christine don't want to give up the phone. But what the district attorney failed to speak on is this agreement that they had before she released that statement.
What the agreement was that the DA's office, and this is the Jackson County DA's office, as well as our forensic team, and possibly the FBI, were going to together download and examine the phone.
They was going to together examine and download the photo and the data in the phone. I want to make sure that we clear here. Why everybody running with this narrative, Brandon Tatum out here running with this narrative that Christine don't want to give up the phone. She's hiding evidence. She's trying to get rid of evidence. This was the deal since day one. Let me play it back.
What the agreement was that the DA's office, and this is the Jackson County DA's office, as well as our forensic team, and possibly the FBI, were going to together download and examine the phone. So it's done one time with everybody together, right? This is very common in the law. I mean, what you all may be more used to is when there's a terrible car accident, and then there's an examination of that car, and everybody comes together one time. They don't move that car around, and everybody does their own thing. This is what is supposed to happen. We are waiting for the DA to determine the time, the place, the date. Let us know, and we are going to be there with our forensics team and anybody else, but it's done one time, one examination.
Okay, one time, the district attorney, you heard that. You knew what the agreement was before you came out and make that statement and try to make it seem like the family don't want to give up the phone, like they're hiding something. When y'all made an agreement, they reached out to you. Christine got the results. She got the receipts. The attorneys got the receipts. They said that they are going to bring their examiners and possibly the FBI and everybody examine the phone together. And you are the one that came out a few days after they found Nolan Wells' body talking about transparency and that you are working day in and day out to try to find out what happened to Nolan. Why you don't want to be transparent, DA? What happened to you being transparent? What is so hard with you coming together with your examiner, the FBI possibly, and their examiner coming together? That's only right, right? Are y'all on some type of ego trip thinking that somebody don't believe y'all? That's true. We don't believe y'all. We don't trust y'all. That's why we want all hands on deck while we examine this phone. Christine and her attorneys has been transparent since day one. District attorney, have you forgot about this press conference? And I got some other evidence to disprove and expose what you're doing right now.
We're ready for it to happen.
They ready.
Nolan birthday is next Wednesday.
So Nolan's birthday is next Wednesday, right? I just wanted to make sure that we highlight that because the district attorney out here sending threats, trying to act like the family is trying to withhold evidence. Mainstream media is running with that propaganda. Brandon Tatum, he went on Nancy Grace out here talking about the mother won't give up the phone. The low IQ community out here saying that she's hiding evidence because she want to delete something that was in his phone. Why would she do that? Why would she do that when she sent an email to the district attorney office stating that she needs a specific time and date to hand over the phone and we all can examine the phone at one time? Let's check these out.
Nolan Wells' parents just came out of a meeting with the Mississippi DA. And here is what Benjamin Crump said. Pay very close attention to two key sentences. We also agreed.
We agreed.
They had an agreement in place. And also at the same time.
We also agreed that we will have a mutual inspection of the cell phone.
They had a mutual inspection. What happened, district attorney? Why are you trying to backtrack on the deal? What happened?
Experts and their experts. Attorney Eric Hertz is helping lead the investigation team with former law enforcement experts who are going to help us with the cell phone download. So everybody will be able to see at the same time.
Now I will draw your attention to a letter from Nolan Wells' estate lawyer and representative acting on behalf of Nolan Wells and his parents and family. Now, I have shown you this letter before, so I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but I am going to highlight one paragraph, and then I'll explain to you why they had to send this letter August the 11th. This letter was to the District Attorney of Mississippi. As the legal team has stated previously, including during our in-person meeting, which I just showed you a video from July the 15th, we have been and remained ready and willing to cooperate in arranging a joint forensic inspection of Nolan Wells' personal cell phone. During that meeting, July the 15th,
we are now August the 17th. August the 17th. This agreement was a month ago, but the district attorney is out here pushing false narratives, trying to lie on Christine like they did not have this meeting in person and she did not receive this email stating that they are ready to give up the phone with a mutual and joint agreement that all hands will be on deck. And now all of a sudden she's backing out of the agreement.
we specifically discussed having the examination conducted through a digital forensic lab in Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, as well as the possibility of FBI involvement in that process. Our position has not changed. You guys could pause and read the rest if you would like. Now, let me give you some context. The agreement was made July the 15th.
July 15th.
Nolan's parents and legal team have been waiting for a date after said agreement, meaning they're
1 month. 1 month they've been waiting on a date. 1 month, family. Over 1 month they've been waiting on a date. This is how they manipulate the public. They know that they had this meeting and agreement on July the 15th. Family, it's August the 17th, family. It's August the 17th. Everybody act like they got amnesia now. The district attorney act like she got amnesia. Like they did not just walk out of that meeting with her and they came up with an agreement and she agreed to it. Now all of a sudden she releasing a statement saying the family got 48 hours to release the phone and y'all can't be there. Your examiner can't be there. Your forensics team can't be there. Nobody can't be there. So y'all got to trust us good old white folks down here in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Waiting on the DA. Now, what has happened between July the 15th and August the 11th? Well, the same thing that's been happening for the past couple of weeks. Former Officer Tatum, the Morgan, Jax, and Warren, the three white boys that were on the boat, and their lawyers have been talking to the media, drumming up distractions, and also Warren's father, because now he's threatening to sue for defamation. So we've been having a lot of distractions. During these,
a lot of distractions, but we're not distracted. We're not distracted at all. We focus.
So Nolan Wells' phone still hasn't had the joint forensic examination his family's attorneys say they agreed to nearly a month ago. So what's the holdup? Because this isn't just about getting into a phone. I think people are asking the wrong questions. It's about who examines it, how they examine it, and preserving the integrity of whatever evidence that they recover. So, hey, y'all, Yolanda here. And listen, I'm popping in for this legal brief in between court because how digital evidence can be just as important as what investigators actually find. So if you're following the Nolan Wells case, share this with someone else who's following it. So here's what we know. Nolan's family has his physical phone. Mm-hmm. Their attorneys say they reached an agreement with prosecutors for a joint forensic examination. But according to the family's attorneys, that still hasn't happened. Now, listen. When I say forensically examine, I don't mean that somebody unlocks the phone, picks it up, and starts scrolling. That's not what I mean. A forensic examination is specifically designed to extract and preserve available data, but also documenting how the evidence was handled and how it was recovered. So that brings us to this concept that we call chain of custody, right?
And another thing is, why they trying to apply so much pressure on Christine, they don't have that same energy for Warren, Jax, and Morgan phone. How about you go get their phone? They phone should have been the first devices that was under investigation. Y'all supposed to still have their phones to this day. Why you ain't going to get Katie phone, Bart's phone, Wyatt phone, Jax, Morgan, Warren, all of their phone? But all of a sudden you want to make a big deal about Christine and Nolan Wells' phone when they already met with you about a month ago, and then you coming out here trying to make this statement, trying to apply pressure, knowing that they wasn't in town. You knew they wasn't in town.
Think of chain of custody as a paper trail for the evidence. Who had it? When did they have it? And what happened to it along the way, right? So that's particularly interesting here because we know that Nolan's phone wasn't in law enforcement custody from the beginning. We know that. We know that it was in somebody else's possession before it was eventually returned to the family. That does not necessarily mean that anybody did anything improper. But if this phone eventually becomes evidence in a criminal case, its history most certainly will matter. And to me, that helps explain why the family's attorneys want their experts involved in the forensic examination. It doesn't mean, y'all, that law enforcement couldn't properly examine the phone themselves. But what it does mean that the family wants a joint process. I get that. So now remember, a physical phone is a source of digital evidence. It's not the only source, because I told y'all in a prior legal brief that depending on what investigators are looking for and the legal process with that, relevant information could potentially exist in a number of places. So I don't want y'all to make this leap. Don't say that the phone hasn't had because they haven't had the forensic examination, investigators have no digital evidence. We just don't know that. And investigators don't necessarily have to wait for an arrest or criminal charges to seek digital evidence through the appropriate legal process. So the real question isn't simply, why hasn't someone searched Nolan's phone? It's how will it be forensically examined, and who will participate? Because listen, getting into the phone isn't the goal. Recovering reliable evidence is.
Yep.
So if you learn something, share this legal brief with someone else who's following the Nolan Wells.
See, the thing is, the reason why she's tapping out of her agreement that she had with the phone with Nolan's parents, because she know that she effed up. She know that she effed up. She was just selling a bunch of wolf tickets to Christine. Yeah, we're going to be transparent. You can bring in your examiner. You can bring in your private investigator. Yeah, the FBI can possibly come in, and we all just come together because we all want the truth. And now a month later, now you trying to demand the phone in 48 hours. And not only that, you are denying their examiner, their private investigator. Why are you doing that, district attorney? Why all of a sudden you trying to change your mind on something that we agreed on? And why haven't you retrieved those boys' phone? Why haven't you retrieved or put out a warrant to get their phones, everybody that was on that boat, on the Wyatt's boat, on Bart's boat, and those other two boats that went out there to Horn Island together? How about you get all their phones? Why haven't you made any arrests? That's what I want to know, district attorney. See, she's trying to act like she's doing some type of work by trying to demand the phone, but she's capping, family. She's capping. And I'm glad that Christine is not falling for the pressure, because we already know what they're trying to do. For her to come out and backtrack on this publicly is very telling, knowing damn well that that press conference exists. The same press conference that we just went over, family, the district attorney know that that evidence is out there. She know that they had an agreement. She has the receipts and the email that Christine sent her about the available day, time that we can come bring you the phone and everybody can come together. But my question is, the district attorney, why the backtracking? Why are you backtracking? Why are you backtracking? What's wrong? I heard Judge Cole stated that she want to be transparent. Y'all throwing around this transparent word, and you know we value transparency, but it don't look like it to me. It looked like a cover up, and that's why Christine and her attorneys are not falling for the okie doke, because we see it. We see it in 4K, ladies and gentlemen. We're not playing no games with y'all. No games at all.
Super intoxicated. You know, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone, left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He said when we ran in, Nolan did not ask for his phone. What you mean when we ran in? I thought you said Nolan wanted to stay behind. I thought you said, Warren, that Warren was on Horn Island and y'all left him. What you mean? Once we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone.
The mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone, left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone.
And when we ran in, Nolan did not ask for his phone. Nolan left his phone on the boat.
Yep.
And when we ran in, he did not ask for his phone. How could he run in anywhere with you if he never got on the boat or made it to Jack House with you from the get-go?
Warren. We need you to explain this. We need you to explain this. When we went in, Nolan did not ask for his phone. I thought Nolan was on the island. I thought Nolan was left behind. But the thing is, family, I'm going to play this again. This is how I know that Nolan was on somebody's boat. I played y'all, which I'm going to play again. I have to continue to beat this dead horse because these people want us to believe that Nolan Wells wanted to stay behind on the island with some girl that they don't know, but Katie was on a boat going back home with them. Okay, cool. After the Rangers cleared the island, guess who wasn't on the island at the end of the evening? Nolan. Nolan wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. Nolan was not on that island at the end of the evening of July 4th. Shout out to Yolanda coming in with the $2 super chat. Didn't say none, just showing your boy some love. Thank you so much for that, Yolanda. I appreciate you. The Rangers came and cleared out the island. And you also heard the Cajun Navy stated that they have to leave the island before nightfall, right? So the sun is still out. You can still see everybody. It's not nighttime. The Rangers have to come out there and clear everybody out of the island because that is federal property. You cannot camp out. You cannot spend the night. So when they cleared the island out on July 4th, again, ladies and gentlemen, Nolan wasn't there. Nolan wasn't there. So we know something happened to him. We know that somebody either took his body somewhere or he was on that boat. Because that fight video makes a lot of sense why Nolan Wells' body was not on that island and seen visibly on July the 5th. Let's play Warren back one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Super intoxicated. You know, that's kind of what a lot of us thought, but they were kind of losing it and they were going crazy. And the mom that was with them demanded Nolan's phone, left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for.
When we ran in, I want to make sure we highlight that part. When we ran in, all right, family, put that in your mind. Shout out to Felicia coming in for the $5 cash out. She said for the family. Thank you so much for that, Felicia. I appreciate you. Let's backtrack it.
Boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone.
Nolan did not ask for his phone when we ran in. I'm going to keep playing it.
Demanded Nolan's phone, left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Warren, you know you messed up, right? And the woman who he's talking about is Javion's mother. I guess Javion's mother, she went over there hostile because they was playing around with the phone, acting like they didn't know where the phone was and they didn't know where the car keys was. They was playing stupid. So that's why they went over there 5 cars deep and turned up on their asses. So let me play what Javion's mother posted on social media about the altercation that happened over there at Jack's house.
And they sent me to his house, which that boat had never even been in the water. Wyatt did. I never even really talked to Warren. The whole time I was in the house, I spoke with Wyatt. Wyatt is the one who had the phone that supposedly was in his truck or whoever. But Wyatt is who I talked to. I never talked to Warren. I'm not sure why Warren is doing that. But I turned the camera around directly on Wyatt and told my sister. Outside somewhere. They said it was in the truck. I'm not sure where it was at. It took them at least 15 minutes to bring me the phone.
Why would it take you 15 minutes to bring the phone? Why would it take that long to bring the phone? 15 minutes? 15 minutes is a long goddamn time. If I pulled up, hey, give me Nolan's phone. Is his phone was in the truck like y'all said? Y'all could have just easily walked to the truck and gave her the phone. Why would it take 15 minutes to hand over a phone? Why does she have to go to different locations? Y'all giving her different addresses. And not only that, y'all have to call the police on them. And y'all wonder why they came over there and gave y'all the smoke like they did, because y'all playing games with this phone and car keys. And y'all did not expect for them to pull up in the manner that they pull up. That's what it was, because Warren just stated when we pulled in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone. See, Brandon Tatum thought that this interview was going to clear their name. Warren thought that this interview was going to clear their name. Best believe Judge Cole saw that slip up. Warren saw that slip up. That's why they had to come back and run it back with another interview, ladies and gentlemen. Javion's mother says it took her 15 minutes to even get the goddamn phone.
My sister. Outside somewhere. They said it was in the truck. I'm not sure where it was at. It took them at least 15 minutes to bring me the phone. By this time, the boys will start, because Wyatt started getting jazzy at the mouth. So my son, Jalen, was like, hey, you better watch your tone. Like, don't get smart, my mama.
Right.
Because we trying to see what Nolan, because we trying to figure out why y'all seen y'all ass up in here chilling and Nolan missing.
They sitting up there in the house chilling while Nolan is somewhere possibly floating in the ocean. You know why they was chilling? Because they didn't give a damn. They already thought that their plan has prevailed. They thought that their cover up has prevailed. Because all of a sudden at 11 a.m., where's Nolan? Oh my God, where's Nolan? We need to find out where Nolan is. And then Wyatt over there giving them a hard time and taking them 15 minutes to hand over the phone. Why are you giving them an attitude, Wyatt? Why is that? All they asking for is the phone and the car keys. And y'all just over there chilling, right? His white friends, his brothers, his best friends, just sitting there chilling, not knowing where their friend is. The friend that they left allegedly on that island. Shout out to Miss Carter coming in with the $5 super chat. How do the friends know that he drowned if they left him? How? Your guess is good as mine, Miss Carter. Your guess is good as mine. All of them are a bunch of liars. And we are catching them in every goddamn lie.
So that's when I asked again, where's the phone? She's gone. That's when he told me she was going to get it. I said, oh, she must have to go back to Horn Island truck outside. Now, mind you, we had to pass all the cars to walk in the house. It's just it's a bunch of lies. I don't feel the need to, like I said, when they go to mentioning Javon, I'm going to say and stand up behind mine every single time. As far as me and that nudge and shit, I don't feel the need to explain anything to any of y'all.
So that's Javion's mother stated that she went over there to try to get the phone. It took them 15 minutes. They were just chilling and relaxing. This whole time, Nolan is missing. Nolan is not nowhere to be found. And they calling the police on Christine and her friend, talking about they being hostile and they being aggressive. But y'all playing games. Why are y'all sitting on y'all ass if y'all friend missing? That's my question. How is everybody, think about this, family. Everybody that went out there to Horn Island, it was like 4 boats of friends. It was like four boats. All of them go back home. Even Katie go back on home on the boats. Everybody go back home, and all of a sudden, Wyatt just out the blue said, hey, where's Nolan? Where's Nolan? This whole time, y'all asking, where's Nolan? And you know that Katie was on that boat. So he wasn't with Katie. So why didn't you think, like, we might need to go back to the island and go pick up Nolan? If Katie on the boat with Bart, if Katie on the boat with one of our friend group, let's go find out what happened to Nolan. Better yet, after Bart towed our boat and everything was fine, how about we go back to Horn Island and pick up Nolan? Because the whole reason why y'all left Horn Island is because the boat was allegedly sinking. When y'all wasn't sinking anymore, how about you go back and get your black friend? How about you go pick him up? Could that be a possible? Let me show you guys this. And this is why this fight video makes a lot of sense.
2 guys in front of guy on the sand are fighting out in the water.
Look at this video, family. This person, legs is up in the air. This is why this video makes sense to me. This fight video that was released yesterday, this is why I am leaning to believe that this is Nolan. I don't know if this Nolan. I don't know if this true. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact. This is my opinion. This looked like light blue shorts. This looked like dark black legs. This looked like Nolan. Right? If this is not Nolan, this guy in the blue shorts should have no problem coming out telling us who is that in that water fighting. Because you sat there and watched it. These boats that surrounding this altercation know exactly who those two individuals was. Because at the end of the day, I am going to continue to repeat this, family. At the end of the day, the Rangers had to come to the island and make sure everybody was gone. All of these boats had to leave. Everybody that's standing around on the island had to leave. And Nolan was nowhere to be found. No one. Look at all these people. This is how you know that this cover-up is bigger than what we think. This cover-up is bigger than what we think, family. All of these people that was on this island, all those white folks that stood there and watched that, these people ain't even coming forward and tell us about this fight. Think about that. All these people, nobody want to come forward and tell us, hey, we did see an altercation in the water, and it was between this guy and this guy. This guy and this guy. And this guy in his blue shorts just stood there and watched it. Look at him. Look at the guy in the blue shorts. Family, come on now. Come on now, family. Look at this, family. Look at this. Look at this, family. This is somebody getting body slammed in the water. A leg straight up in the air. And it looked like this guy got somebody's phone in his hand. He backed up far away from the incident. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me catch that. He might got somebody's phone in his hand. We need to find out who is Blue Shorts. Yeah, we need to find out who Blue Shorts is. That's what we need to find out. We need to find out who is in these blue shorts.
That Jax has really been talking a whole lot. Then he probably... Well, I guess we're not the only ones who realize that Jax has really been talking a whole lot than he probably needed to. Well, for us, we love that he's been doing a whole lot of talking and sharing a whole lot of more than what them, the panel, has shared with us. And maybe they realize it really isn't that funny anymore, huh? Because Jack's attorney is like, sir, you need to zip it, and called that other thing over there and told them that they will not be doing the podcast for next week. That's interesting. I guess Jax has talked enough, and so now he's going to he's on punishment. The attorney put Jax on punishment. And I'm pretty sure Warren did too, because that look that Warren was giving him when he was doing all that talking.
Like, damn, bro. Come on now, bro. You going too far. That's why they keep passing the questions to everybody, because they was messing up. They was forgetting their lines. And he's like, damn, bro. Like, God damn. You messing up, bro. You messing up.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I came across this audio of a young lady, potential witness, having a conversation with a podcaster. And
I want you guys to pay attention to this video. This is an alleged witness that was supposedly there on Horn Island, right? I want you guys to really listen to what she's saying.
On the island, and she believes that this involves Nolan.
Thought they were MMA guys. So that was his exact words, and he was an eyewitness. He said that they left in a hurry.
The MMA guys left in a hurry?
They left in a hurry after the altercation. He didn't say if they came back or if they just moved to another part
Was
of
that
the
the boat that
island.
was flying by, or no? That was
No. When he was talking about the boat flying by, that was after we had gotten the information that
I gotta stop it, family. I gotta play it back because, like I just played y'all this fight video. She said these people was in a rush to leave after the altercation. Listen to this, family.
thought they were MMA guys. So that was his exact words, and he was an eyewitness. He said that they left in a hurry.
The MMA guys left in a hurry?
They left in a hurry after the altercation. He didn't say if they came back or if they just moved to another part
Was
of
that
the
the boat that
island.
was flying by, or no? That was
No. When he was talking about the boat flying by, that was after we had gotten the information that Warren had made the call and the boat was sinking and all of that. And it was kind of like, did that happen or did it not happen? And he was able to say, I did see a boat and it was going extremely fast. He said it flew past them. And by the time that they made it up to where that boat was, it was stalled out.
Oh, it's almost like they got in a fight. Nolan got his neck broken by one of the MMA guys, and they were trying to get him help. So they were flying past, and then that's when we get the audio call and can hear everything that's going on.
She's actually describing what allegedly what Warren and regarding a fight and how they quickly left after said fight. And I think that this is something worth investigators looking into.
Shout out to Miss Carter coming in with the $5 super chat. The red mark on the back of his head is a chokehold mark. And like I said, Miss Carter, that fight video aligns with the red marking on the back of his head. And it's a reason why the medical examiner did not release his throat.
You know, because we seem to be getting all of this information, but nobody's investigating anything. Hey, y'all, hey.
Shout out to you, Miss Carter, with the $2 super chat. Yeah, you're right.
I came across this audio.
And the thing is, what was the reason to leave the island at 3 o'clock? You know, on the 4th of July. What was the rush to leave the island? The witness said they seen their boat flying out of the island, like in a rush. That's why they had to make sure that they had that CETO call, because the CETO call was their alibi, right? She said that they believed that there was some MMA guys and they had an altercation. And my question is, all these altercations that happened on this island, right? It was an alleged altercation with Tristan. I don't believe Tristan. I think Tristan is lying because Tristan had to make sure to insert himself into this case and said, that wasn't Nolan screaming, give me my effing phone back. That was me. And that wasn't Nolan fighting. That was me. Okay, cool. That was you. And then Warren, little brother, got the fighting, but he ain't tell us who he got the fighting with. Who did your brother get the fighting with? And what was the rush to leave the island so fast? What was the rush? Your boat was not going down. You can stop saying that lie. Your boat was not going down. And let me show y'all an example.
Speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know.
And this is how you know that picture do not align with that audio call, because Wyatt couldn't even answer the question. All that commotion that was going on in the background, you hear it in this audio. You hear it, family. So you want us to believe a still ass picture of Watt on the phone with his hands on the steering wheel. You want us to believe that was the exact moment that they called CETO. Listen again.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
It says she literally gives him an option to answer yes or no. This lady right here is giving us a demonstration of how easily Wyatt could explain the amount of water that was in the boat. He couldn't explain. He couldn't answer not one single question directly. She asked him how much water was on the boat. Is it ankle level? This idiot said, we are sinking. I don't know. We are going down. And we know that that's not true. They was not going down because y'all have released a video, a so-called video and picture of y'all standing around looking stupid.
Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up.
He was just about to say it. Listen to see Wyatt. This is why these people are losing their mind on this CETO call. This is why they trying their best to find some way to wiggle themselves out of this accountability. He was just about to tell her how much water that was coming up on the boat. But all of a sudden, he switched his verbiage and say, I don't know. Listen to this, family. Listen to him.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know.
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Why she asked you how far is it coming up? It's very easy, bro. Y'all be on boats all the time. You don't know how to articulate how much water in the boat. You can't see 1 inch of water, 3 inches of water, ankle level, knee level. It's very easy to answer those questions, Wyatt. But you so distracted with, damn it, Bart. That's why you so goddamn distracted. That's why you can't answer a simple question, because of all that chaos that's going on in the background. All of that chaos that's going on in the background. And that dispatch knew that something was very suspicious with their call, because they released this, family. They released the CETO call. They released it. It was them that released the audio. Stop playing.
Now, here's what I find very interesting. If you put this boat image that they were on in the demonstration video.
Look at this picture. This right here is laughable.
You're asking yourself that how they're standing around and they're trying to do the reenactment is what I call it. Why is it that they are standing around and not on the floor space, right? Because per them, there was nothing on the floor space. So why are they standing above it versus standing on it, right? And then, so this picture was put into Chat GPT, and they asked Chat to basically kind of show us transparent the boat to see if there could be a potential body in there or could fit in there. And y'all look at this.
Whoa, let me go back and look at that. Wow. Okay, someone asked the void open space of the boat, or the front of the boat, and pointed out how 4 people appear to be standing off to the side, almost as if they're avoiding stepping on something. The diagram is being used to show how Nolan's body could potentially have fit in that space, not as proof that he was there, but to illustrate whether it was physically possible. Exactly. That's all we're saying. We're not stating that Nolan was on that boat as a matter of fact, but we're going to ask questions how it could be possible that Nolan's body was on that boat. And as you guys can see here in the diagram, everybody was standing around the boat, right? Around it. Now let's go back to the diagram. This makes a lot of sense. This right here makes a lot of sense. Everybody just casually acting like they doing something. This stupid ass idiot just holding on to the bar. Wyatt holding on to the steering wheel, acting like he's so serious on the phone when he wasn't even paying attention to the goddamn dispatcher. He wasn't even paying attention to the dispatcher, family. He wouldn't even answer the question. He tried to answer the question, then he deflected. How much water is coming on the boat, Wyatt, idiot? I don't know. We're just going down.
Now, let's be very clear. This is not proof
Right.
that Nolan's body was there. This is just giving you an idea.
That's it.
Because there's questioning. Why are they standing around and not? Because per Warren, there was no water. Everything was good. Just saying. These are their words. But this is just to paint what could potentially be, not proof.
Yeah, because Warren said that there was no water around. Everything was just fine. But Wyatt stated that we are going down. Warren said that everything was fine. Everybody was just chilling, having a good time. Nobody was panicking. Everybody was calm. But Wyatt said on a dispatch call, I don't know, we are going down. So which one is it, Warren? Is it everybody was calm because this alleged photo that you guys have published to the public, everybody was calm? Or is it that y'all are going down? Because that's what Wyatt said. And it's a reason, family, that Wyatt is not speaking to the public. Hey, Wyatt, if you out there anywhere, sir, because I know you are listening to what black media is saying. I know because it's popping over here, family. They over here listening to us. Everybody is addressing what we saying over here. That's how you know they over here listening to us. Shout out to mainstream media. Thanks for having you on this evening. Shout out to the trolls. I know you listening. Can y'all relate this message to Wyatt? Hey, Wyatt, it's time to come out the closet, sir. Can you address to us what was the chaos that was happening? That's all we want to know. What was going on? Why you ain't spoke? If you were so close to Nolan, why haven't you spoke publicly about him? Give condolences, say rest in peace, explain your part of this audio. Because guess what, Wyatt? Bart, when it got his attorney out here lying. Those three devils, Wyatt, got their attorney, and you not a part of it. So what are you going to do, Wyatt, to save your ass? What are you going to do to save your ass? Because y'all keep labeling yourself as best friends, and we are friends of Nolan, and we care about Nolan so much. But the thing is, y'all so damn ain't acting like it.
Listen to this.
Edward, how did you get involved in this case?
Well, I'd rather not talk about that. I can just tell you this. I can tell you that it was through a friend of a friend.
Yeah, sure.
You're kidding, right? You're kidding me.
Was it Turning Point USA? I don't know. I'm just asking. Was it Turning Point USA? Was the friend that put you on her? Was it the sheriff? Was it the governor? Was it the mayor? Was it Judge Cole? Was it Warren father? Was it Trump? Why you can't tell us? Shout out to Christine coming in with a $100 super chat. Hello, family. Gentlemen, then give them that work. Of course. You know how I get down, Christina. You know how I get down. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Rather not talk about that. I can just tell you this. I can tell you that it was through a friend of a friend.
A friend of a friend.
Right? You're kidding me. Because when you tell me I'd rather not answer.
Well, I want to protect the names.
Let's get the likes up, family. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get the likes up.
Igniting me to find out how you got involved in the case.
Well, hold on. I can tell you a little bit more. I can tell you this. I can tell you a close friend who knows the Ocean Springs, Mississippi community very, very well.
A close friend that knows the Ocean Springs community very, very well. Not very well, but very, very well. The only names that pops up in my mind could possibly be Judge Cole. She knows the Ocean Springs community very, very well. The governor knows the community very, very well. The sheriff, the mayor, the district attorney, the chief of police knows the community very, very Will, ladies and gentlemen.
Is from the area, connected me to a friend of his.
Look at him.
And then I found myself speaking to Tyler here. And Tyler and I instantly became very close friends.
Very close friends.
We both have blue pickup trucks, so now we're the Blues Brothers. We just became...
We got a couple of pickup trucks, and, you know, we some American white men, and we just hit it off. We are good friends now.
Very close. We hit it off. Then I had the opportunity to speak to Warren, speak to Morgan, speak to Jax, and we hit it off also. And I immediately realized these are incredibly fine young men.
He had one conversation with them, and he knew they were just incredible fine young men. Let's finish off this interview, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get the likes up. Let's finish out the rest of this video. We got about 20 minutes.
Isn't helping anything, but instead of solving the problem and trying to figure out, hey, where is Nolan? They were just getting pissed off and not handling things the right way. And I mean, that's what happened.
You guys said you ended up going and looking for Nolan the next morning, but you said you were thinking about doing it that night.
Yes.
And why didn't you do it that night?
So we already called the Coast Guard at this point.
Maybe because they know where Nolan's body at. I don't know. I'm not stating this as a matter of fact, but if my friend go missing, I am going out there that day to find out where he's at. I'm just not going to rely on the Coast Guard. I am going to go out there to see. Right?
Didn't have access to a boat that was already in the water ready to go, other than one that I'm just not allowed to use at all. And I was still this close to taking it out. I mean, I was right there.
He was right there. He was right there, family. He was right there. He was this close. He was this close to go out there and look for his brother. This close. I had access to a boat, but I was this close to go out there and find Nolan. But I didn't. But I was this close. I should get some credit, right, family? Can I get credit? Can I get credit for being this close to going out there looking for my friend that's nowhere to be found? But he's my brother. He's my best friend. Do I get at least some type of credit for being this close? Come on now. Y'all can give me some credit, right? This my brother. This my friend. But instead of going out there and finding a way out there or helping the police or helping Christine, I'm just going to decide to stay my ass home.
You guys go the next morning, you look for Nolan. Can you explain how did that happen? Who was looking for Nolan? Who was on the boat? Was it multiple boats? Was
Multiple
it one
boats.
boat? Okay, can you explain that? Who was, out of this group, who was on what boat, or who was on a boat or not, going out and looking for Nolan?
Yeah, you're right. Tatum directing the interview to protect him, leading questions and making them remember their talking points. That's what I've been stating this whole entire time, Lawrence. He have been leading these boys to answer his question exactly how they rehearsed it.
So me, Wyatt, and Trayson got in the boat. We got in the Palm Beach that morning, the morning after, and we rode out to the islands, and we were met by a DMR. There was 7 DMR boats already out there, DMR and park rangers. We talked to them. We gave them all of our information. They personally asked if any of us were on the boat with him that day. We told them yes. They just said, all right, well, I mean, we got the area scoped out. I mean, and then after that,
Morgan, take your time, brother. I know that you trying to remember your lines, and you are a very low IQ individual. All of y'all, the Three Stooges, are very dumb. But I'm going to need you to remember your lines before I take this belt out. Okay? Get it together. It's your lie. This is your lie. I want you to get it together. All this stuttering, because it's easy to say the truth. It's hard to remember a lie.
Went up to the beach. I think we met up with y'all in the water.
I took my boat out with Jax.
Yeah. couple friends of mine, and then my mom and my stepdad. And
they were out there too with you?
Correct. And I just met Morgan and Wyatt and Trayson and his girlfriend out there. And we actually, like, when I rolled up, I parked up next to Morgan and everybody who was with him, and I was like, well, y'all can run around, or like we all planned this out. Like Morgan was going to run around the south side while we covered the north side, and we were just going to try to cover as much ground as possible. But
y'all went to the north side and the south side, but his body was found on the west side. Y'all went to the north side and the south side, and his body appears on the west side. Idiots.
And there were so many DMR boats and helicopters and drones and everything else out there. I don't really know what an 18 and a 25-foot bay boat is really going to do. So, I mean, we sat out there. We went for a couple hours and we looked around and we searched, but
the thing is, see, this is my problem, family. This is my problem. When they say you can't search for his body on the island, you have to look in the water. The island is just flat land. There's nothing on the island. So it is pointless to look on the island. You need to be driving around the ocean, seeing if you can see a floating body anywhere. There's nowhere to hide on the island. The Rangers on July 4th cleared out the island. Nolan was not on the island chilling. His body was not on the, let me make sure, let me say this just for the idiots in the back. I'm going to try to say it slow. Nolan's body was not on the island on the evening of July 4th. One more time. Nolan's body was not on the island on the evening of July 4th because the Rangers come to clear the island out every day before nightfall. Okay? So it was pointless of checking the island. You should have went out there in the water and find his body, or go to the hiding spot that y'all put Nolan's body at.
We also
allegedly
don't fit the requirement that DMR has, and the tools that DMR and United Cajun Navy and all these departments have to look for somebody. Like, I mean, we didn't put that much of a help out, but yes, of course, we went out there and
we just went out there. We didn't put much of a help out, right? We didn't put much of a help out, but we just went out there and just act like we did something, right? We had to put on the front like we really cared about our brother, but just because everybody was out there doing their job, that means that we can't do our job by helping them, because we got a boat. We can just drive around in the ocean and look for his body. How about we go 10 miles out, 15 miles out? How about we put a little more goddamn effort in finding our damn friend? And not just say, you know what, I'm just going to give up because everybody else is out there looking for Nolan. So you know what, let's pack it home, bud, and let's go home, dude. Oh, we tried. We didn't see Nolan, so let's go.
For a friend. That's not a question.
Who else in the friend group was out there? Did you see Nolan's family?
I hate, I'm going to be real, family. I hate the sight of this man. Every time I look at him, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. This is YouTube. I gotta remember that I gotta watch my words on YouTube.
Did you see some of the other kids that showed up at your house? You see anybody else out there?
We did see a couple other. We met up with.
So why did you shake your head and say no then? Why did you shake your head and say no, and then all of a sudden you say you seen a couple of kids?
Departments have to look for somebody. Like, I mean, we didn't put that much of a help out, but yes, of course, we went out there and looked for a friend. That's not a question.
Who else in the friend group was out there? Did you see Nolan's family? Did you see some of the other kids that showed up at your house? You see anybody else out there?
We did see a couple other. We met up with a coach that was previously Nolan's high school coach. We met up with him. They said that they had previously already been on the island. They walked a good bit down the island both ways, and they were just driving around the island like we were doing. And we eventually got off the island. We got on this rip current. It was going was going west out towards like Ship Island and then back towards Biloxi. And we drove
No,
that.
family, I ain't lying, family. Like the sight of Brandon Tatum, it disturbs my spirit. It's like my body is giving me an alert, like this is the devil. Like every time I see Brandon Tatum, it really bothers my soul. Because we are spiritual people. We are our ancestors. That's why every time we look at them, family, we get disturbed. When we look at these three, something disturbs us. When we look at Brandon Tatum, it disturbs us. Because we are spiritual people and our souls and spirits can react to demonic individuals.
For a couple miles. People were also looking on that too. There was multiple boats out there not associated with DMR with binoculars. There was people fishing the rip, and we asked them, like, they rode it all the way from Ocean Springs all the way out to Horn Island, and we were like, did you see anything, blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, if a person is floating in the water, treading water, they are going to be most likely in the rip. And that all comes into play with the washing machine. I mean, you got
Explain the washing machine for me.
Horn Island and Ship Island, I mean, they come like this, and then there's no island right here, so it just tons of water flows through, the tide goes out. I mean, sometimes it gets pretty gnarly in there, and it creates this big old pool, basically.
Whirlpool. Yeah, like a whirlpool. Yeah, like a whirlpool. A lot of people, they go out here swimming, they get caught up in the tides, and they get caught up in the whirlpool, and they get literally sucked to the bottom of the ocean. And this is why this doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't make sense that Nolan drowned in this ocean, knowing that the currents is out there, knowing that the washing machines is out there and the whirlpools. He's very familiar with this island, family. This is not nothing new to Nolan. Nolan was just out there that previous Wednesday with these same individuals. Nolan have not been known to go out there and swim in this ocean. Nobody has acknowledged Nolan be swimming in this ocean by himself. So why are y'all saying that people is known to drown out there in Ocean Springs? I mean, at Horn Island, okay, cool. We understand that drownings happen, of course. But Nolan has never went out there to go swimming. So this drowning narrative, the only way that I can come to the conclusion that Nolan drowned is this video. This is the only way that I can believe that Nolan drowned, family. This is the only video that I can come up with is the reason why he could possibly drown. Maybe because somebody is body slamming him in the water. That's the reason why he had that bruising in the back of his head. Somebody's legs is up in the air, and this guy right here with the blue shorts just walked away. Ain't even tried to go out there, and they not even that far out there in the water, ladies and gentlemen. There are people on the boat that could have hopped off the boat and stopped this altercation. Why they didn't stop it? Maybe because it was a black kid fighting a white kid. This is the reason why the guy in the blue short decided to walk away, because he have witnessed something that was traumatic, so he didn't want to be a witness to the crime scene. I don't know. You guys help me out with it.
And I mean, if someone was floating, treading water out in the water, that's where they would be. They could be hung up. They could grab onto a log and float with a piece of driftwood or something, or they could find a channel marker or buoy and grab onto that. So I mean, there was just main keys that you search for, like when you're trying to search for a missing person that has to do with water. And I mean, it's either the island, the buoys, or the rip. And then after that, there's not really anything else you can do, seriously.
And when did you guys communicate with law?
That's a good question, April. April asked, have they ever said what they think happened to Nolan? Nope, they haven't said that. The only thing that they said, April, was they don't know. They haven't came to the conclusion of what they think happened to Nolan. All they have been saying this whole entire time is, I don't know, because we left Nolan behind. So they standing on that narrative, that story, that They don't know what happened to Nolan because they left him at 4:30.
Law enforcement, because the internet, I think, has this false information that you guys never contacted authorities and that you
false information. Objection, Your Honor, leading the witness. You don't know nothing about false or truthfulness. You don't have evidence, Bussy Tatum, to back up your claims or your questions. Your Honor, objection, leading the witness.
actually, that Warren actually talked to me, or you guys talked to me first before you engaged. So when did you guys actually talk to law enforcement and give your statements to them?
So as soon as we got off the water from searching for Nolan,
which is on the day of the 5th?
Yeah, the 5th. As soon as we got off the water, I got a phone call. And I believe he got a phone call too.
Yeah, I got a phone call while we were out there.
I got a phone call too as well. So basically what it was saying was, hey, take a few questions over the phone, answer the questions, and then they had a date for us to come in for actual questioning.
Okay.
And mine was the 6th, or it was like the next day or something like that, you know. I think theirs was too.
I believe mine was the 7th, I would like to say, but not for sure. But
mine was around.
Regardless, like we all cooperated fully. It's not like we had something. Like
full
cooperation.
We all cooperated fully. We all went in there and told them this false ass story about we don't know what happened to Nolan. Yeah, we all fully cooperated. And the police didn't do a thorough investigation. He didn't, get their cell phone devices. He didn't go out there and send the dogs on the boat. They didn't go search their homes. They didn't check their clothes for any blood, paraphernalia, none of that. But we just went in there, asked these white American boys, men, some questions, and then we just let them go without testing their clothes, their shoes, their phone, their boat, their home, their room. None of that. So these people are trying to convince us that they cooperated with law enforcement. I don't give a damn. That doesn't prove your innocence just because you talk to the same people that defend y'all, that's trying to help y'all cover this up. That doesn't mean anything.
From the start, really.
And how deep did they go in this interview with you guys?
Oh, they asked
all the way. I mean, they asked. I mean,
how long was the interview? Like, was it
an hour and a half? I dotted every I crossed every two. I told my friends, like, listen, go in there and like say every detail of like even what you like ate for breakfast that morning. It doesn't matter, everything you have, because like anything could help. You literally never know, and like it's what we all did. Like we all cooperated. We all wanted to help. We all did everything that we could to help. Regarding this situation, it's not like we just like.
I could say personally, I started my story from the night before. Yeah, I started whenever I got off work on Friday.
What was your story? What was your story? You got a story? Like, what was your story?
My story from last 5th of July, like, she was like, all right, take me back to day one. And I was like, all right, we've been talking about this since the 5th of July last year. Like what we're going to do, like how we're going to make this better, how are we going to make this funner. Like,
as far as the investigation is concerned,
why you cut that
did you guys give your phones over to investigators?
Yes, we gave our phones over freewillingly. It was our choice just to give our phones over, let them look through them, whatever they wanted to do, and got them back.
Because we have nothing to hide. We wanted to be fully transparent with, the sheriff's department, everybody else including the FBI, and anything to do with justice. We wanted to help out, and that's what we did. We gave our phones up, and like Jack stated, we literally have nothing to hide. So.
Yeah, and everybody gave their phones up.
Correct.
Yep.
To be forensically evaluated by the FBI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So while on the topic of phones, did you guys have any access to Nolan's phone? Did you delete anything out of Nolan's phone? What's your thoughts on Miss Christine saying things may have been deleted?
But the thing is with this question, right? Your Honor, objection. She didn't say they deleted anything. She said something was deleted off his phone. You trying to make it seem like she said that they deleted something. I see the tricks that you're trying to pull here, Tatum. Right? I see what you're trying to pull here, but you're very stupid, very ugly, very fat. She didn't say somebody. She didn't say they did it. She said somebody deleted something out his phone, but you trying to make it seem like she said they did it. Are you trying to accuse them of deleting something?
My thought is that's a blatant lie. I know for a fact that this is the thing.
She didn't say y'all did it. Why are y'all feeling guilty? She didn't say that y'all did it. She didn't say y'all did it. She didn't say y'all did anything. She didn't say Warren deleted it. Jax deleted. Morgan, those boys deleted out of the note. She didn't say that. So why are y'all stepping into this position as the one that she was talking about? Because the phone was left in the car. Anybody could have had access to the phone. It took y'all 15 minutes to hand that phone over to Javion's mother. You stated, Jax, that phone was in somebody's car, which means that y'all didn't have eyes on the phone. Anybody could have went inside the truck and did whatever they did to the phone. So why are y'all trying to stick up for the ones that didn't do nothing? The phone wasn't in y'all possession, as y'all stated. The phone was in the truck.
We have no reason to get on Nolan's phone. I have no reason to get on any of my friends' phones.
Who accused you of doing that, Warren? Did somebody say your name? Did Christine say your name?
If I had a reason to get on Nolan's phone, I wouldn't be able to get on it because I don't know Nolan's password. I don't know any of my friends' passwords. If I handed Jax my phone...
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
You can easily just go over to his body and put the phone to his face. You can easily go over to his body and put the phone to his face and unlock it. Yeah, it's just that easy. The same thing that the Lucas guy did with Daniel Irvin. Daniel Irvin allegedly drowned. His white friend got his phone, got into his phone. How did he get into Daniel Irvin's phone? Do he know his password? But somehow Lucas, the white individual that was arrested for tampering with evidence in the Daniel Irvin's case, he got into Daniel Irvin's phone, deleted all communication with Daniel Irvin, took off Daniel Irvin's clothes, threw it in a tree, and threw his phone in a ditch. And he ran away. 3 months later, he get arrested, not for the underliving of Daniel Irvin, but for tampering with evidence, ladies and gentlemen. So don't you can miss us with that. I don't even know his passcode. It's other ways to get in the phone. Shout out to Heavenly coming in with the $2 super chat. You see how they finished lying. They went from H to O. Just like that. Just like that, Heavenly. Just like that. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you.
And right now, he wouldn't be able to get on my phone. I have nothing.
I'd have him permanently locked out of that thing.
Correct. I have no idea how to get on Nolan's phone.
No idea, guys.
But in the first place, we have nothing to delete on Nolan's phone. Like, I don't know what this, because Nolan didn't take Snapchats that day. That means things were deleted.
He was just living in the moment.
We were just living in the moment, like every guy on the planet Earth does. I mean, like, I'm not sitting here filming my whole day, and I get Nolan.
Speak for yourself, Big Nose. Here you go again, speaking for everybody else. Just like you stated, don't nobody take their phone off the boat. Clearly, we see people with their phone off the boat. Here you go again, thinking that we just living in the moment, nobody have their phone. Everybody else was Snapchatting on that island. It's the 4th of July. Of course, people are going to take pictures or videos of the moment. Please stop acting like nobody have their phones on them and Snapchat and take pictures of the moment. People are celebrating the 4th of... Are you stupid, Big Nose? This is the reason why you look like you lost 20 pounds, sir. That evilness and that guilt is eating your ass up alive, swallowing you in that same shirt that you would not change out.
Yeah, I took a lot of pictures, but just because Nolan didn't take any pictures from July 3rd to July 4th doesn't mean we deleted something. No, Nolan
really?
just didn't take any pictures, and that's perfectly fine. I have one video in my camera roll saved from the 4th of July,
So last question, is there anything you guys want to say to the audience regarding this interview that wasn't covered or something you just want to get off your chest?
I mean, Nolan was like a brother to all of us.
Here we go. He's like a brother.
We loved him dearly.
Damn. That's all you had to say, bro? That's all you had to say?
mean we deleted something. No one just didn't take any pictures, and that's perfectly fine.
Your last word and your
your
friend
anything you got
is literally dead and gone, Morgan. This is your opportunity to, send your condolences, express your love and your feelings for your brother, right? That you love so dearly. And that's all you had to say? That's all you had to say? And then you start, tripping over your words that you had to look over to the Jax while Jax finished the sentence.
You guys want to say to the audience regarding this interview that wasn't covered, or something you just want to get off your chest?
I mean, Nolan was like a brother to all of us. We loved him dearly.
Damn, bro, that's all. God damn.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Wow, that's it? That's it, family? That's all you gonna say about your friend that's dead? Nolan was like that's their rehearsed line. Nolan was like a brother to us. They got to keep repeating themselves to make themselves believe that Nolan was their friend. Nolan is not their friend. They backstabbed Nolan. But damn, Morgan, that's it. And then you start laughing. And look at Warren's face right here. He had to look up in the sky. God damn, Morgan. At least act like you care about the nigga. Bro, that's diabolical. That is diabolical. Shout out to Lampkin coming in with a $2 cash out. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
Nolan was like a brother to us.
Shout out to Heavily coming in with the $2 super chat. The letter says Nolan recorded Warren bro fighting. I'm going to go over there tomorrow, Heavily. Here we go again with my brother.
I mean, we loved him dearly.
Damn. Bro. Bro, hold on, man. Hold on. Morgan, that's all you got? How about rest in peace? How about I give my condolences to Nolan? I miss him so much. He means a lot to me and my friend group. I wish he was here right now. I am going to continue to speak out and find out and work with law enforcement to find out what happened to my brother. That's what I'm going to do. Damn, that's all you got to say? Bro, this crazy, man.
Nolan was like a brother to us.
Nolan like a brother to us.
I can say without a doubt, nobody wants to know what happened to him more than we do.
I'm not listening to these devils no more, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. Morgan, that's it, brother? If my friend has passed away and I had nothing to do with it and I'm innocent, and this is my first time talking publicly, I'm going to show some kind of remorse towards my friend. I'm not just going to say Nolan was a good friend of mine. He was like a brother to us and just pass the mic. This whole interview was to try to win over the public perception that y'all didn't have nothing to do with it and y'all are innocent. You didn't do a good job, Morgan. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you could have easily said that rest in peace to Nolan. I haven't heard rest in peace to Nolan out of any one of y'all. Condolences to the family. I'm sorry for y'all loss. This hurt me deeply that my friend is not here anymore. I think about him every day. I can't sleep at night. I'm calling around. I'm calling Christine. I'm calling the family to keep me updated on what's going on. But I'm just going to say Nolan was my brother and just stop talking and just. But these people, Brandon Tatum, the YT community, want to convince us that these are his friends. Who needs enemies, ladies and gentlemen, when you got friends like this? This is diabolical. I don't even want to hear what the rest of they got to say. I don't even want to hear they boo. I know it's BS. This is crazy. No rest in peace. No tears. No sadness. just defensive. Let me defend my position. Let me put on a defense shield and let people know that I ain't had nothing to do with Nolan, instead of actually feeling concerned about this boy. No concern about Nolan. Only defensive. Let me try to tell y'all how I didn't have nothing to do with it. Forget that my friend is actually dead, and let me seem like I'm concerned. I'm just gonna say one or two words and I'm just gonna pass it on. Oh God. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. Thank you guys so much for your voices. Thank you guys so much for your presence. Thank you guys so much for your energy. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Ashley coming in with the $20 super chat. This should show us to not trust anybody we don't have friends, man. Nolan probably would never happen to him. That would never happen to him. You right about that, Ashley. You right about that. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Justice for Nolan. Xavier Wells, rest in peace, my brother. I said for them. Rest in peace, Nolan. Job well done. Justice for Nolan Wells. We are going to continue to show up proudly for our brother. We are going to continue to be a voice for our brother, and we will not back down. We will not be shamed into submission, and we will not bend the knee to your threats, ladies and gentlemen. We will not bend the knee. Rest in peace to Nolan. Again, family, this Wednesday, it's Nolan Wells' birthday, 19th birthday. Right? Nolan Wells' heavenly birthday is this Wednesday. This Wednesday is also Carmelo Anthony court date for his hearing to recuse Judge Cockroach. I repeat, this Wednesday is Nolan Wells' birthday. He will be turning 19 years old. Shout out to Rita coming in with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you just for being the soldier you are. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Wednesday is Nolan Wells court hearings for the recuser of Judge Cockroach. Thursday, August 20th, arguments for a retrial. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all.